And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the next fight of the evening, introducing first, in the blue corner, he's coming from Belarus, make some noise for Vasiliy Anufriev.
Насколько далеко мы зайдем? Вопрос не в том, насколько далеко. Вопрос в том, насколько глубока ваша вера, чтобы зайти настолько далеко.
Welterweight action here at EFC 10. Belarus versus Moldova in this 77-kilogram matchup. Vasiliy Anufriev of Belarus, the 21-year-old, representing the Zakrevsky team. We've seen a lot of very tough fighters from Belarus here over the years in Eagles Fighting Championship, including the man who's going to be fighting in the main event later tonight, Ivan Svirblia, who's from the same gym. So if he's cut from the same cloth as Svirblia, I'm expecting big things here from the man who goes by the name of Logan Vasiliy Anufriev, 1-1 as a professional. Eagles Fighting Championships. They say the eagle is a symbol of freedom, valor, and courage, and that's what a lot of the fighters show inside the EFC cage. You can see a lot of the VIPs and the fans here around the cage side area. They fill up this arena, the Menage Arena, every single time EFC comes to town. Very loyal, very dedicated, very well-informed, knowledgeable fans here, and they can appreciate fighters like Vasiliy Anufriev and all foreign fighters here. They do support, let me say this, they do support the local fighters in Moldova, but more than that, they just appreciate heart, and they appreciate strong fighting, and it doesn't matter where you're from. If you can step inside the EFC cage and prove that you deserve to be there, then they will respect that, and they will show you the respect that you deserve. Vasiliy Anufriev of Belarus, gonna try to earn the respect of this crowd here tonight at EFC 10. This is a welterweight bout, and right now the king of the welterweight division is Luka Poklit, the current champion. He will be in action later tonight in a non-title matchup, but certainly an opportunity for Vasiliy Anufriev to introduce himself into the welterweight rankings.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent into the red corner. He's coming from Moldova. Make some noise for Cristian Cotea.
You can feel the anticipation building here. The fans in attendance await the entrance of Cristian Cotea, the undefeated fighter from here in Chisinau in Moldova. Made his debut in December of 2016. He's only 2-0, however, and both of his fights took place in Israel, of all places. So this is kind of a homecoming for the man from Moldova. I'm sure he's thrilled to finally be able to fight here in his home country. No doubt he's got some friends, family, supporters, teammates, etc. in the audience here tonight, which makes it even more of an important matchup. But this is also a very important matchup as far as the welterweight division rankings are concerned. I know that the FIA president, Dorian Damier, takes these opening contests very seriously. He's always looking for new talent, new fighters. He's always keeping his eyes open for the next big thing, and you have to. It's a very smart thing. You have to, if you're a fight promoter, always be looking towards the future. This is a young man's game. The names and the faces are always changing constantly in this sport. And so these first 3 or 4 or 5 fights are very, very important for building the future of Eagles Fighting Championships. In Cristian Cotea, the undefeated fighter from Moldova, who has had his hand raised twice in a foreign country, finally steps into the cage here in his home country and get a chance to show what he can do best inside the cage.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the blue corner. Weighing 77 kilograms, height of 1.17 meters, having a personal record of 2 fights, 1 win, and 1 loss. He's fighting for Belarus. Make some noise for Vasiliy Anufriev. And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the red corner. Weighing 77 kilograms, height 1.80 meters, having a personal record of 2 fights, 2 wins, and never lost. He is fighting for Moldova. Make some noise for Cristian Cotea. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the welterweight bout under 77.1 kilogram, 5-minute 3-round, extra 1 round, MMA rules. Referee in the ring, Alexandro Petkoglu.
Ready? Ready? First round, fight!
Round 1.
Touch of gloves, and we're ready for business here. EFC 10, the 10th anniversary show here of Eagles Fighting Championships from Chisinau, Moldova, in the Menage Arena. Certainly a cage and an arena which has seen a tremendous amount of not only MMA action, but also kickboxing action as well. FIA, Fighting Entertainment Association, presents not only the FIA Fighting Championships, but also the Eagles Fighting Championship. This is the MMA branch of FIA. Eagles FC. Takedown attempted there. A little bit of a sprawl, and well, he got what he wanted. Didn't get it immediately, but the effect is still the same as he's down on the canvas now, trying to work his way up to a vertical base, but the Moldovan keeping the pressure on. Nice job there of getting back up to his feet from the Belarusian. A lot of these Belarusian guys got a great grappling background in combat sambo. Look at the way he adjusts the left arm, slips it on the inside now. He's got the right arm overhooked as Cotea continues. No, a little bit of separation now. Ooh, he tagged him with a left there. It came in so quick. Wow, and a great shot in return there from Cotea as he retaliates with the big right hand. Take a look at the back of Anufriev, the Belarusian, all reddened up there from the canvas and the cage. Switching stances back and forth between southpaw and orthodox. Another quick exchange there. Now the guy landing completely solid. That one connected. You could hear it and the fans responding. Cotea 2-0 as a professional is the 22-year-old in the black trunks from Moldova. Tries to score downstairs, a little bit out of range. Oh, and a thunderous left there, just cracked the jaw. Three minutes down, 2 to go. Another left hand connects. He's got a lot of snap in those punches. I'll tell you what. Low kick goes in from Anufriev. It's got to do wonders for your confidence too when you're a young fighter, you're in your early 20s and undefeated. You got a different mindset. You've never suffered defeat before. Does a lot to raise your confidence in there. And you got to come into the ring with a little bit different of a mindset than somebody who has lost before. Somebody who's 1-1, like the Belarusian. Great shot through the cage there. As you see these two going at it. Big shots still being exchanged now. Neither guy shy about letting loose with the heavy artillery here in round number 1. Inside a minute now. Anufriev, the blue tape around his gloves. Cotea with the red. Spinning back kick. Didn't quite have it where he wanted it. And just about a centimeter out of range there was Cotea with that left hand. Nice exchange there again. Interesting how this first round has panned out. I thought that this was going to be a grappling match when the bell first rang. Racking kick there. But I'll tell you what, this crowd is really on the edge of their seats here. A lot of people leaning forward, paying special attention to every detail in this one, and you can really hear when those kicks connect. Dora Damir talking with Stanislav Renita at ringside. Certainly Renita, an expert in fast, quick, dynamic striking. As these two guys get a break here between rounds and we take another look at how it went down. As I said, I thought the match was really going to take place on the ground, a lot of it. But then once these two got separated, got a little space between them, we started to see the punches come out. Turning back kick there, nicely executed by Anufriev, but a little bit out of range. And we'll see what happens here in round number 2. Both guys got a little taste of what to expect. Chance to reassess their game plans and make any adjustments and get back to action.
Round 2.
Looks like they're going to stick with the stand-up here. I think that they, well, you can see there, Anufriev closing in, shadowing Cotea everywhere he goes now. There's a takedown attempt. Rubs the forearm in the face, but gets taken back to the fence. Cotea trying to lift him up just a little bit, using his legs to help aid him in that takedown. Got the arms hooked under the right leg of the Belarusian and takes him down to the canvas now. Inside the closed guard. Looks like Anufriev, well, he had him all tied up there. He had both arms locked, and now he let go of that and he paid for it. trying to really keep Cotea in close, trying to control those arms. Now he's got the legs inside, trying to prevent Cotea from getting into the full mount. Tries to scale over the legs. That time got caught. Still working for side control, perhaps. Trying to pass over the right leg. And look at that. Just maneuvered his right leg right over top of the legs here. And if he can continue to press forward, no. Look at these right hands going in. Crowd responding in kind. I tell you what, he's got a lot of support here in the audience here tonight, does Cristian Cotea. Boy, what another first-class event being put on here by Eagles Fighting Championship. Always a first-class affair here. Everything they do is done with style and with class in this promotion. And I'm sure these guys consider it an honor to be able to participate on these events, especially this one. This is the big one. This is Eagles 10. A lot of attention being paid to the card and a lot of details being coming. It looks like he may have busted him open. Looks like he may have drawn blood just on the corner of the right eye. It's not in the eyebrow area. It's right to the right of the corner of the right eye, and he may have done the same thing to the other side of the face now. Big damaging blows coming in now from Cristian Cotea. And now his neck up against the back of the cage, maneuvers up to a sitting position now. Overhook on the right arm. Trying to sweep those legs back out and take them back down to the canvas. Right hand going in again. Look at the way he went right over that leg now. He's in a great position to drop some right hands. And again, the action changing one more time. Takes the back. Trying to wrap him up here. He's got his hooks in. Look at the skin of Vasiliy Anufriev. Oh boy, this could be the beginning of the end here. You can see where the arm is. It's not across the throat, but he's working for it, and it could just be a matter of time here. Are the vultures starting to circle overhead or not? He's riding a little bit high, and he slipped right out. And look at how the tables can turn so quickly in mixed martial arts. Never count somebody out. And now it's Cotea, and these two back up to a vertical base. Great round of applause here from the audience. Well, we'll see what they've got left now to fight it out. That was just energy draining kind of grappling on the ground here between these two. Cotea did some damage with the punches, and both expended a lot of energy in that second round. Pavel Zhuravlev, current Glory interim light heavyweight champion, in attendance as always here as we go back and take a look at some highlights from round number 2. A very punishing round, and also a round which saw Cristian Cotea on top for the majority of that round, dropping some bombs, doing some good grappling. Saw him in a number of different positions, but always in a dominant position. So Vasiliy Anufriev, in my opinion, has got some catching up to do here in round number 3.
Time, fight!
Round 2.
third and final round here at EFC 10 in this welterweight contest. Nice body kick there by the Belarusian. There's a jab, and believe me, he's got some power in that thing. I'll tell you what, a lot of guys, when they're standing like that in an orthodox stance, they'll just kind of jab out with that left, and they'll try to set you up for the big right. But Cotea has got a tremendous amount of power in that left hand. A little bit of a slower pace here now in round number 3. As I said, round number 2 was a very taxing, brutal kind of a round where there is so much action on the ground. If you're not in top physical shape, top physical conditioning, cardiovascular conditioning, then rounds like round number 2 will just be detrimental to your physical strength. And looking for a takedown again, goes right in the side control, almost uncontested that time. Anufriev finds himself on his back once again. Cotea now with one of the best positions he's had so far now, as he now finds himself in side control from the opposite side. Maybe that's more comfortable for him. Depending if you're right-handed or left-handed or just where you feel more comfortable, it could be more advantageous for a fighter to be on one side rather than on the other. You know, that opens up different striking possibilities with a left hand or with a right hand, and Anufriev bucks him off, tries to get some separation, and he does get some separation, but he pays for it, and Cotea puts him right back where he wants him. Still so many great fights left on this card, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned, 2 big title fights later on in the evening. The lightweight championship up for grabs in the main event, and also the interim bantamweight champion will be decided as well. Also have a ladies bout coming up. Donna Kelly will be in action against the challenger from Kazakhstan. Heavyweight champion Alexander Romanov will be in action in a non-title contest, as well the welterweight champion Luka Pokli. All that and much more coming up on this edition of EFC. Right now we've got welterweight action inside the cage between these two, and a very familiar situation here with Cotea on top, looking very dominant here, dropping shots, changing positions, but always maintaining control here in this fight. Right hand goes in, and another one crosses the face of the Belarusian. Back in the side control here. Look how he's on his, spreading his legs here, maintaining his balance, and just going to work with those right hands. Now putting the left forearm across the waist, below the navel, and Anufriev tries to change position, but he ends up being mounted now, trying to press back the head. Oh, the right hand caught him. That was a good right hand now. Now he rolls through. And Cotea has got the back. See where he can go from here. Looked like the left arm. Wait, there's some blood now coming out of the nose. He has opened up the nose of Anufriev. Cotea now pressing forward here, still working to recover that position. Right hand's going in now into the kidney area. Ten-second hammer goes down. Time slipping out, and that is good news for Cotea. Another very dominant round for him here, and that brings the fight to a conclusion. This one goes to the judges. Take another look at it. Well, the majority of that round is almost like deja vu from round number 2. Cristian Cotea, very, very dominant on the ground, maintaining side control or even full mount at times. He also busted open the nose of Vasiliy Anufriev. Is he gonna coast to unanimous decision victory? Or will it be something else? We'll find out here in just a minute. Referee has stepped aside and is going to call both fighters into the center ring. And ring announcer Mike Diamonds with the official decision in just a moment.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner is, by unanimous decision, for the red corner, make some noise for Cristian Cotea.